Hello everybody, it's amazing. A month ago we were preparing for a freeze, an epic freeze that destroyed many mango trees in South Florida. But here we are a month later and we're preparing for mango season 2026. It's a sunny day today, the weather's beautiful, but even more important, mangoes are showing up on the trees. Good sized mangoes. Wow, oh wow. And I want to talk about this today because as the mangoes, like every tree is blooming here. My heart goes out to all of you that lost mango trees or lost any fruit trees. But there's so much bloom going on here in South Florida now. Actually, Alex at Tropical Acres Farm says he doesn't remember when he's seen so much bloom coming at one time because sometimes some trees will bloom and some won't. But like he said, he took a ride the other day, a train ride down to Miami, and like all the trees were in bloom. And I can just say my trees are all blooming right now, looking amazing. And I'm not rubbing that in. My heart goes out to those of you that suffered. But I want to talk about a question I get often is the different varieties and what variety we can anticipate to be the first variety this year. Now, traditionally, Rosie Gold is the one that supposedly everyone says is the first variety, but in my opinion, an early Rosie Gold tastes like garbage. You know, the later season ones are much better, but there's still much better ones later season than a late season Rosie Gold. But the early season, to get it early, some people say, well, if it's the only one around, it's great. I don't know, but let's see. I got all my trees are fruiting here. Will have fruit on them now. This is my dot, and that was my orange essence I just looked at. In today's video, I am going to show you a clip of Julie and Laura, Chris from Truly Tropical, and Alex from Tropical Acres Farms, and Julian's from LauraFarmsMiami.com. And we're going to look at what they were saying in a conversation that we had about what mangoes we can expect to come first. Besides the Rosie Gold, what can we expect first? Now, if any of you are thinking about buying mango trees and what varieties you want, it is important if you're going to get more than one, not to get the same season mango, to get an early season, a mid-season, and a late season if you have room for 3, if you only have room for 2, or 1. These are the things you want to think about when you're buying a particular variety. Yes, we want to look at the disease resistance. Yes, we want to look at the location, what's known to do better where. But something that people often overlook is the season. You don't want to get 3 late season mangoes if you have room for 3 trees. So you want to spread it out well enough. So I have a sunrise, a mid-season. I have an orange essence, a late season. And then I have a dot here, that's actually a mid-season. But in this clip, I'm going to show you them talking about what mangoes they've experienced that comes first. And it's interesting. And I always like when them 3 get together. So here that clip goes now.
You guys have Glen, right?
Yeah.
Now, what's the earliest you've ever gotten Glen at your farm, Chris?
Sometimes we get like an odd one. You know, it's like not the whole tree,
Right.
but you know, we get something, and it hasn't been crazy. It's not like been
Super
December
early.
or
It's
something.
not like it's not
that.
like Rosie Gold early.
No, it's not for us anyway.
On the Glen, the earliest we've ever harvested Glen that I can recall is, I believe, the mid or later part of April, where like the main crop was, or at least one of its main crops were starting. I don't recall ever harvesting it earlier than that, but I've definitely harvested Glen in April more than one season.
That's a serious money crop right there.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's not as consistent about producing spring fruit as other varieties are. So our most consistent spring mangoes, and Chris probably sees the same thing, is Rosie Gold, Dwarf Hawaiian, Rosa, and Edward. Those 4 will put out spring fruit every single year.
Yeah, I remember you talking about Edward.
Ever a year where those 4 mangoes. But there's other varieties that do it on a relatively consistent basis, such as like Gene Ellen. We get fruit. They used to call that early lemony Saigon. That's a mango that fruits in spring for us most years.
Really, that's the Gene Ellen?
Yeah, early lemony Saigon.
So-
You remember that? Frank Smathers used to grow that. Yeah.
Well, I have a question. I have a friend their sister lives in Miami, inland, and Nam Doc Mai trees loaded right now with mangoes that they actually just picked, and I couldn't believe it, and they sent me a video and I saw it.
Well, it's
Is that like-
Nam Doc Mai is a special mango though.
Yeah, we've had a Nam Doc Mai tree that like we trimmed, like left one branch because that one branch just fruits early. The rest of the tree, no.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah, it's like crazy. So it's like, of
Yeah.
course we're gonna,
Yeah.
not, mess with success there with that one. But yeah,
I mean,
the rest
it's a
not
funny
oniony.
tree though. It's a
Yeah.
funny variety because it flowers more than anything else. It doesn't want to stop flowering when it's supposed to stop flowering, and it's constantly like setting itself back from becoming a tree. Especially when you graft and you want it to grow.
Yeah, we've gotten off-season bloom from our Nam Doc Mai trees before. I've had like a Nam Doc Mai fruit in December or January before. They can bloom at odd times.
Yeah.
And in Thailand and the tropics, Nam Doc Mai trees are not blooming off of cold weather, they're blooming off of drought stress. And Nam Doc Mai, obviously there's lots of different kinds of Nam Doc Mai, but they can bloom off of drought stress if it's severe enough. Now, here in Florida, we don't get a ton of drought stress in our summers because we get a lot of rainfall. And it's, you can go through stretches of time where there's some drought during the summers, but at some point it's going to rain, And that kind of inhibits how much off-season fruit we get from Nam Doc Mai or bloom, and that goes for other trees too. Some of these other ones with reputations to fruit in the off-season, like Royal Special, also known as Punasa, Chakanon. They're not always so consistent about doing that off-season fruit
But if you leave them in a
production.
pot, I always notice that if you leave like Chakanon in a pot or Nam Doc Mai in a pot, and you stress them out with lack of water,
Yeah,
they'll flower.
yeah, that's true. So
All right, everybody, what an amazing clip, and hopefully we have a wonderful early crop this year. Alex believes it'll be early, on the earliest side. This is the first year this tree is really fruiting well. This is a Phoenix mango, and I'm really excited because I have this as my Sugarloaf mango that gives a lot of male flowers when the tree is younger, but now it's older. And last year I had a great crop on that. This one was one that was late to bloom this year. This is my white Pirie. And it's interesting, I'm not spraying this year to see what happens. And this is the only one I thought I might need to spray because traditionally it gets really hit with powdery mildew pretty bad. But last year it got hit and it broke through the powdery mildew. So I'm going to see what happens with that. And none of my mangoes trees got affected by the freeze. This one is my Super Alfonso. This one is my buttercream. Buttercream has some mangoes on there. And for me, it's a race to see which tree I'm going to taste first this season. So buttercream's doing pretty well here. And maybe because I do high density gardening, I had less of an issue with damage. I don't know. I am south, so that definitely makes a difference. I don't see much bloom or mangoes on the guava mango. Graham is loaded. Sweet Tart was a late bloomer, but started to bloom really well. Pickering. Coconut cream is looking nice this year. So far, this one might be the winner in terms of fruit production for me. This is Fruit Cocktail. And it hasn't been a great producer years past, but this year it's looking pretty good. Malik is a little late, just getting some blooms on it. Fruit Cocktail's looking great. This one, Edgar, is really, and this is one of the better tasting ones, one of the most underrated trees because people don't taste it. I guess because it's a name, Edgar, but there's some Edgar fruit. And it's interesting because this is a combination between an Edward and a Gary tree, so Edgar. And that's where they got the name, but it's not the best name. Most people don't know that, but the mango's absolutely delicious. I have a seedling with nothing on it yet, and it's pretty big. And this one as well is a seedling here. Nothing on, actually it's a seedling that I top work, but there's nothing on that one yet. For the first year, I'm getting bloom on my ST Maui. That's very nice, exciting. And I'm also getting some bloom on my Kesar. I'm excited. And my Carla tree is a good late season variety not a lot of people know about. Carla has some bloom on it. My neighbor tasted one, loved it so much, he bought a tree, and his tree has more bloom than I do. So there's no fruit on those newer bloom trees yet, but a good bloom. And here is ice cream looking really well. Whoop. I just knocked them off back. But there's a lot on there. They would have fell off anyway. I'll tell myself that. But ice cream is loaded this year. And traditionally, that's not a great variety for production-wise. Here we have Ceci Love. I have some bloom, but no fruit on it yet. None of my trees in pots have anything on there. So let me know in the links below what's bloom for you. What do you think might be your first variety? For Alex at Tropical Acres, it's often Edward is an early season one. That's Angie, Pineapple Pleasure. And all the avocado trees are all fruiting right now. It's a wonderful time of the year, right? For some of us at least. But we're getting ready too for the Florida Mango Festival. Getting things set up in order for that. So this one is my Tess Pollock and my Honey Kiss. I'm going to check on my... Here's my Juliet, and I'm doing this not only for your education of what mangoes might come sooner, but also for me so I could document this. And right now we're in March. I think it's March 6th, 2026. This is my Juliet tree. That was a late starter, and it's looking okay. I have ice cream here blooming now. And this was one of my favorite mangoes last year that's in bloom now. Prom Kai Mei. Prom Kai Mei, and then I have Pink Sun Moon over there. There was a tree that I trimmed late because I wasn't excited about it. And let me see how the bloom came on that, since I really trimmed it really late just to test it out, what happens with that. And I forgot the name of this one, but it's a good experiment I did. I trimmed it late on purpose, and there's no bloom. That's why you don't want to trim your mango trees too late every year. No bloom on that. And then I have this one tree in the front here that is, I'm not sure what it is. It was actually sold to me as an ice cream, but it's not an ice cream. It's in a pot. And I thought it was a seedling because I didn't see any bloom on it. But now as I come out here and I'm looking, it actually has flowers on it. So hopefully this year I'll get to taste this and see exactly what this tree might be, because there's flowers on here now. So that's exciting and encouraging. I thought it might be a seedling because how could it be so big and not have anything? But it does. So hopefully this year I'll get to see that. Now that's in a pot. And it's not necessarily in the ground yet, but it's gonna root into the ground if I don't move it. But waiting to see what happens with that. And that's just over here. In other videos, I'll do my other yard. I'll do my neighbor's yard. But exciting times, folks. And I wanted to get you that clip of Julian, Chris, and Alex talking about what mangoes traditionally come first, and get your opinion and feedback on that. And a lot of great stuff coming up. So thank you for subscribing. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. And I have more videos about the freeze, more videos about recovery from the freeze, and just a bunch of good stuff that we want to learn when we're growing fruit trees. Thank you for watching, everybody. Have a great day and keep growing.